Fiends, welcome back to a new episode of UITV. This is your voice of the underground Aussie V. And as a result at what happened at Pledge Your Allegiance just over a month ago in the gauntlet match, UEW officials have determined that at another violent reaction, Insaniac will take on Red Bat in an underground rules match. But that's over a month away, and right now we have a vintage violence segment ready for you, Underground Fiends, as we take you back to July of 2015 to that year's Pledge Your Allegiance, as we witnessed the high-flying sensation Stephen Andrews take on charming Biagio Crecenzo to determine who would become the first ever UEW Underground Internet Television Champion. And as with all UITV title matches, this match will be shown in its entirety. Now, let's head to ringside.
Here we go, Kyle Wilde. Second night of Pledge Your Allegiance, and you can feel the energy in the air.
Oh, damn right. We're starting off hot and heavy. We're going with the ITV title match. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have heard earlier, Ricky Barrera will not be here tonight. He suffered a broken jaw at the hands of Sage Sin last night in San Diego, California.
It sounds rather convenient to Derek Zane, and just happenstance that Mr. Andrews also hails from San Diego. Derek Zane smells a bit of collusion, a bit of controversy, a bit of conspiracy.
Are you trying to say that Stephen Andrews and Sage Sin worked together to take out Barrera?
Of course, that's what Derek Zane is suggesting. It happened, didn't it? Here we had Ricky Barrera, who was the surefire, easy money track to be the next ITV champion, and now he's conveniently suffered a broken jaw the night before his big show.
Well, you know, anything can happen. It is professional wrestling. It's not ballet. People get hurt.
It just smells a little fishy, and not just because Sin Sage is involved. If you know what Derek...
Sage Sin.
Whatever.
You look up Sin Sage, you're going to see some scary things.
Well, I look at Sage Sin, I see some damn scary things too.
Not that kind of scary. Oh, Stephen Andrews up top now. Whoa!
What the?
Like I said, a spider monkey this kid is.
That can't be legal.
Oh! Crecenzo to the corner.
Damn it, ref. Disqualify him.
Hold up. Here he goes. Holy shit.
No. Get him out of the corner. That's illegal. Disqualify him.
And here comes... Oh! He connects with the leg. It goes for the cover. Two. Oh!
This...
Hey, it looks like we're being joined by a guest. We have Blackheart Fern Owens out here.
No. You will refer to him as Mr. Owens.
Mr. Owens, excuse me.
You will show this man respect. You will show this man the courtesy that this muley pack of sheeple will not show him.
Here's a cover. I'll show respect. Mr. Owens, anything you want to add to this?
First off, why am I not in there? I wasn't eliminated.
You got counted out or disqualified last night. One of the two.
Can you actually get disqualified in UEW? It's underground wrestling.
It sounds again a bit suspicious.
We do have a rule book. Have you followed that rule book? Have you read that rule book?
The one that's written on toilet paper that I wipe my ass with?
He raises a valid point, Kyle.
And another point I'm going to raise, sorry to cut you off, sir.
Perfectly fine.
You're a gentleman among scholars.
Thank you.
Garbage here don't need to hear your voice because you're better than them. But why did everyone chant on Ricky Barrera getting injured? That's sadistic. The man broke his jaw.
Are you kidding me? It's the same man
What the?
that was suing UEW. It's the same man that tried to shut down this business, tried to take money out of your pocket, and you're worried about a broken jaw, that ass?
All I saw was if he sued the company, he runs a better company, and I'm in that company, and I make more money.
He said he was going to shut the doors down.
Gentlemen,
You low-life degenerate.
gentlemen, the human tornado has just arrived at ringside.
Available now on DVD and Blu-ray. Underground Empire Wrestling's third Solo Man Deathmatch Tournament, Sovereign of Slaughter 3, is available now and shipping today. Featuring BC Killer, Schlack, Guido, Fern Owens, Neil Diamond Cutter, Matt Twisted, Carnage, and Corporal Robinson. DVDs are just $15. Blu-rays are $20, not including shipping. VOD will also be available on video on demand. Don't delay. Log on now to fleshwoundfeatures.com and grab yours today. Full Underground Empire Wrestling events are available on demand worldwide. Video rentals are only $2.99, or download the event and keep it forever for just $9.99. Search Underground Empire Wrestling on Vimeo.com today.
The question now is, what part is he going to play in tonight's match?
My question is, how come there's no one telling him he's got to go to the back? I step out and I got everyone saying, die, Fern, die, go to the back. What's up with that?
It's obvious.
Somebody should be telling him to go to the back, but that's at the discretion of referee Sparky.
This match shouldn't be going on. They should be awarding Ricky Guerrero in the hospital right now with balloons, flowers, and pretty women, and giving him the title. Let's get back to that action, but before we do, let's hear what you got to say.
What Derek Zane was going to say was this: there is undoubtedly a conspiracy that runs from the very top of the building to the bottomest level of the floors. And it is stacked against men of character, men of courage, like Fern Owens and Ricky Barrera, that have allowed their integrity, their skill, their very shining examples to be ignored and to be ridiculed by packs of unwashed, unlettered, ignorant, idiot sheeple.
Correct, my friend, correct. We gotta cut the cancer out of here. Michael, that's cancer. We gotta cut the cancer out, just like Andrews cut his old tag team partner out. He's doing singles now, and he's doing amazing. But if he ever gets in the ring with me one-on-one, I'd rip him apart.
Exactly.
Oh! Needs to be seen.
It won't be seen because he's not on my level.
Oh! Slam. But is that enough to put away Andrews?
He's done. He's done. Sparky's got it. You know what? That's my problem with officials here. They're counting slow. They're doing their job horribly wrong.
They're doing their job correct.
No, they're the dentist of pro wrestling. Oh! The dentist of pro wrestling. That's what I said. You couldn't be a doctor, so you become a dentist. A referee couldn't be a wrestler, so he's a referee, and he judges us, and he judges the good ones, and he screws them because he couldn't be them.
Who would you hire as a referee then?
Who would I hire?
Yes.
Ricky Barrera. I'd have him as a special referee. I'd have Tornado as a special referee. Oh! He deserves that. Don't check on him, Andrews. Oh! That's what happens. That's what happens. You check on a referee, and look what happens. If he didn't check on him...
He's got the cover. One. What? That was a three.
That was a three. I heard the three. It was
Tornado.
1, 2, 3. Tornado did not count. No, that's not right. His beautiful face. Yeah! Oh!
For human tornado.
That's just the beginning of a 7-year.
1, 2, 3. Oh my God!
Yeah! That's how you do it. We got a new champion. We have a new champion.
Biagio Crecenzo.
And it's all because of horrible refereeing.
Undoubtedly.
Horrible refereeing.
You are absolutely correct. What was Sparky even doing in the position in the first place?
And Underground Fiends, there you have it. Charming Biagio Crecenzo, the first ever Underground Empire Wrestling UITV champion. And he looks to walk the championship path once again on his route to more hardware as he participated in a 6-man elimination match with 5 other competitors to determine who would be the #1 contender for the UEW Eastern Pacific Championship. That match took place at our last event, UEW Pledge Your Allegiance 2018. And on this week's main event for UITV, we will show you highlights of that match. So right now, let's head to ringside.
Well, one thing, Biagio can't let himself get distracted by anyone in the underground. Perhaps it's also why he enlisted the services of Mr. Clark. Exactly. As I was saying, Clark telling him don't pay attention to anyone else except the opponents in the ring, or in the contest rather, at this moment. As we await our 5th competitor. Now, Fern and the suit giving advice to Crecenzo not to be distracted by anyone in the underground. This is an important opportunity. As we see Clark and Fern concerned, possibly the distractions of Crecenzo. We'll see how things play out in this match, as we should traditionally see a competitor arriving through the entranceway, but it looks like here he is. The man in black, Alex Salyers, entering from the bar with his beverage of choice, as we saw at Mother's Day Massacre in the Fatal 4-Way match, bringing his beer into the ring, which is perfectly legal, however unorthodox, if you will. Takes a final swig before he starts. Go! Spits it right into the face of the suit. Perhaps ruining the suit. He'll need to take that to the dry cleaners tomorrow. Now Havoc goes to the outside, goes after Fern Owens, who's not even in this match. Crecenzo and Owens double teaming on Havoc. Now Greaves gets in on it, but Biagio gets Greaves out of the way here as Salyers avoids any chaos. And Crecenzo and Owens goes back to work on Havoc. Owens isn't even in this match. Now, oh, holy shit, is Biggz gonna... Oh! A kick to the face by Salyers to Biggz, potentially saving the life of one of the competitors from Biggie Biggz' attempted splash, as Salyers goes to Biggz, but we still have one more competitor. Lord Ateu, recently debuting in the underground with battles against the Insaniac, beginning in March of the Damned and continuing with Mother's Day Massacre. Ateu successful in both those contests. Deems him a qualified competitor in this match as Biagio takes out the majority of competitors in this match. Ateu included, even his own partner of sorts, Fern Owens. Now with a blow to Ateu, slams Greaves to the mat, but Ateu fighting back. Biggz shoots himself off. Could he do this now? Goes through the ropes. Holy shit! That's 400 pounds flying through the ropes against 4 other people. That's about 100 pounds per person averaging. As the Chiver attacks with fists. Now Salyers goes over the top, flips on everybody, landing in the bar, to which I'm sure he's so familiar.
I don't know if you know me, but you'll never forget me after that.
We definitely know you, Alex Salyers, and I won't be forgetting that anytime soon. Jesus. Now, this is an elimination match. This is not tornado rules. We need to get some sort of semblance of order, as a competitor needs to get to a corner. Now, Biagio and Salyers in the ring. Crecenzo with a boot to Salyers. Goes for a pin, but only a count of 2. Crecenzo with a fist to Salyers, followed by another. Now Crecenzo looks to be choking. Now there's no disqualifications here. Biggz is just on fire, but the remaining 4 competitors, the firefighters of sorts, extinguishing those flames as Greaves gets on the top rope with a body splash, goes for a pin, but the 4 competitors take Greaves up, throw him in the air, and just slam him to the mat. Salyers with a press to Greaves, throws him to Biggz, but Biggz catches him, and Biggz just throws him to the chairs. Holy shit is right, as it's difficult to keep up with this chaos. Now there's 4 competitors in this ring as Biggz is on the outside. Greaves, as we saw, in the outside, but now a double pin of sorts. Crecenzo pinning Havoc, and now it looks like a 2 with a pin on Salyers. A pin as well. Both Salyers and Havoc have been eliminated. Salyers still attacking Crecenzo regardless of the animation, but now Salyers and Havoc going at it. Even though the two have been eliminated, they still fight to the outside. It appears Havoc is blaming Salyers for his loss in this match, as it looks like Salyers threw a drink or ice to Havoc. Havoc goes back to Salyers, but going back to this match, the competitors remain. Biagio with a move to Biggz as Salyers throws Havoc to the back. That looks like a fight's not going to be ending anytime soon. Let's go back to the ring. A splash from Ateu. Greaves with a swanton to Biggz. Now Biagio on the second rope with a frog splash. Now goes for a pin, hooking the leg. 2, 3. Biggie Biggz eliminated as a 2. Kicks Biagio right in the face. 3 men remain. Greaves, Ateu, Crecenzo. And Ateu looks to be in a partnership with Greaves to attack Crecenzo, but it's merely a ruse. As Ateu hits him with a variation of a bomb, counts to a 3. Now with the elimination from Shiloh Greaves, only Ateu and Crecenzo remain. Crecenzo, again, the first ever UITV champion, so wants to have hardware around his waist one more time by potentially defeating Mike Rayne for that UEW Eastern Pacific Championship. Now the Ateu saying he's a fair man, showing a sign of sportsmanship. Now the suit doesn't understand what sportsmanship, and this is why. It was merely a ruse from the 2 of them. Now the 2 goes for a close-up, but Biagio ducks. But Ateu getting the better hand, slamming his back down to the knee. Holy shit! Havoc and Salyers still going at it in the bar area. Oh, shit, the bartender doesn't know what's going on. Tony Reyes, it looks like, trying to separate the 2. But they're still going at it. Still fighting ringside as Havoc throws Salyers to the post, but Ateu in the ring has Biagio up and slams the back of his head onto the mat. Havoc with a chair shot to Salyers. Jesus. Now Ateu with a pin to Biagio, but Biagio lifting the right shoulder. Continuing this match. As we see, still Salyers and Havoc on the outside. But Ateu and Crecenzo. Now Ateu setting up Biagio. But Fern Owens with the distraction. Holy shit, Salyers is busted open. Shiver focusing in on that wound. As Ateu sets up Crecenzo on his shoulders, but Crecenzo counters. Hits him with an elbow. And now slams his face down to the mat. Goes for a pin. 2. Go, grabs the tights. That's the match. Charming Biagio Crecenzo, the new #1 contender for the UEW Eastern Pacific Championship. No doubt with the assistance of Fern Owens and the suit. As I mentioned earlier, this could be why he enlisted the services of Mr. Clark, was to advise him on his way to successful matches, as we just saw. Not necessarily the right way, but at the end of the day, the W goes to Charming Biagio Crecenzo. Crecenzo with all the faith in the world in himself, earning the #1 contendership for the Eastern Pacific Championship.
And a hard-fought victory for Charming Biagio Crecenzo. And on the next edition of UITV, we will show you highlights of the match that took place as Charming Biagio Crecenzo challenged the California Black Sheep Mike Rayne for the UEW Eastern Pacific Championship. And speaking of Biagio Crecenzo, his associate, his agent, Mr. Clark, we promised words from him on the last episode of UITV that could be delivered on tonight's edition. However, he's not returned any calls from myself or any calls from the producers of UITV. However, we will still be coming back in 2 weeks with another edition of UITV to get you ready for another violent reaction happening on September 15th, Saturday at the VFW Post 10040 in Sun Valley. You can still purchase tickets via fleshwoundfeatures.com. And don't forget, Underground Fiends, all our UEW events, including Pledge Your Allegiance 2018, are available to stream via Vimeo on demand. And if you'd like a DVD or a Blu-ray, they are available as well via UEW Home Video that can be purchased through fleshwoundfeatures.com. And lastly, do not forget that next Thursday, we will have a new episode of the Squared Circle Society podcast presented by Flesh Wound Features and sponsored by Underground Empire Wrestling. That takes place next Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, streaming live for free only on fleshwoundfeatures.com. And once again, for Underground ITV, this is your voice of the Underground, Ozzy V, and I'll see you next time in 2 weeks right here on UITV.